Yeah, I decided since I got this little scope here, I don't know how great it is, but it's it's good enough. It's good enough. But I was looking at the instructions here for Spooky2, and it says about the spike and for the check boxes to do spike positive and spike negative, and you can look at your menus, and they're right there, spike positive and spike negative. Now you notice I have spike negative checked off, and it shows a representation of negative. Now I'm going to make the wave go positive offset, but I tried it either way actually, and I'm going to actually show you something that's a little weird that I don't want to say for sure, because I'm like, man, I'm not an expert in this type of stuff, but I'm just using plain old common sense. I swear I think these boxes are reversed. Maybe I'm wrong. But I click this on, hit start, and I got spike negative checked off, and look on the top, see? It's actually going positive. So actually this is the zero line right here. Okay, that's your zero line. That's 10 volts up, and it's spiking up. I think it's almost 10 volts. I think I have it maxed out at 17. So 17 volts is your spike. And that's another way you can actually set 100% positive offset with, using the contact method with the two red wires, using both outs and coordinating the signal. But I don't have the checkbox for spike positive checked off. I have spike negative. Now I'm like, I don't know, but I'm glad I got this scope, because it may not be the most, it's calibrated. It's not like the best scope in the world, but it's a decent entry level old school analog scope, right? And it's not lying to me. So I'm glad I got this, because it's telling me if you check spike positive, it's not going up there. It's actually, I have it checked spike negative, and it spikes up. Weird. So now, like, again, this is your baseline here, 0 volts, and then it's going up to, well, I think I have it on a multiplier of 2, so it's going like about 9 volts or something. And then it goes up to about 17, 18. That's about where I think I have it on 17. So it spikes up to 17. I did that so I could just fit it in the screen here without making any more adjustments. But that's interesting, because you don't want it to spike negative. Actually, you want it to spike positive, and actually I have it checked off spike negative. Quite interesting. So I don't know, maybe there needs to be a little modification. I don't know, but I have, if I want to use spike, me personally, if I'm using it, that's why I got this scope, because I want to see what's going on. I mean, I'm not going to be able to get down to fine-tune it with every little detail, but this is telling me basically what's going on, and I'm definitely seeing that dot up there on the top is definitely spiking upward positive. So that's a little interesting thing. So not sure what that means, why that's doing that. Not sure why that's doing that, but that would be the way you want it to work. If you're going to use like a 100% a plain square wave with 100% positive offset, you would want it to spike further positive. You would not want it to spike negative, per Holder Clark's type of instructions. So and actually here it says, checking these boxes allows you to specify whether you wish to produce positive spikes only or negative spikes only, or both. So, anyway, I don't know. Maybe there needs to be a little modification. I don't know, but I have, if I want to use spike, me personally, if I'm using it, that's why I got this scope, because I want to see what's going on. I mean, I'm not going to be able to get down to fine-tune it with every little detail, but this is telling me basically what's going on, and I'm definitely seeing that dot up there on the top is definitely spiking upward positive. So that's a little interesting, because you don't want it to spike negative. You want it to spike positive. you know, I don't want to be critical because I don't know how to do any of this stuff like with the programmer. I don't want to be critical, but I just want to point out that this might be a temporary issue. It might be. So anyway, you know, it's a working. Well, I don't know if I could be wrong too, but I don't see how. I just don't see how. I don't see how I'm wrong. Just an observation I'm making. So it's spiking positive. You can see the dot up there, and you can see the graphic representation. Spike negative. The blue line spike negative, and you can see the checkbox spike negative. I'm kind of thinking they're backwards. I'm kind of thinking so. But you know, I just don't like to say because you know, maybe I'm just, you know, I don't know why I'd be the only one that's seen this unless I'm doing something completely wrong, but I just can't ignore my common sense. And my common sense is telling me, well, common sense, my observation, I'm seeing a positive volt spike. So anyway, you know, it may, you know, somebody else can probably confirm this, but maybe there needs to be an adjustment on the program because this thing's being developed so fast and there's so many updates coming out. I don't know, maybe it's reversed. It seems to be. I hate to be critical, but I just want to point out something that may be, you know, that needs an adjustment. It might be. So anyway, over and out. And you know, if I use the spike feature, I'm going to set it up like the way it's showing up on the scope. You know, that's what I'm going to have to do.